I can just feel the stress melting away here in my private onsen. Ba, 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 ba. Ah, it's just nice to be alone in a hot bath sometimes. You know what I mean? Ah. But I'm a little bit hot. I should grab my water and I should just いつの間に嘘でしょこれこれダメです。これダメ。これ絶対ダメ。配信終わります。絶対ダメだよ。ダメ。This is the slimes room. You can't be here. もうダメだからね。もうダメだよ。I'm gonna end the stream. You guys can't be here. Bye. いや本当になんだよ。なんでここにいんの？なんでおいほらよまあしょうがないな。Well, you're here now. It's pretty embarrassing though. You can't just come into a slime's bathroom like this unannounced. Hora.
Don't tell me what I can't do.
No, don't touch me.ダメだよそんなの。Don't you have any shame? Do you have anything to say for yourself? 痛い What? Did I not label the room appropriately? Did you not see where it said slimes only on the door? Itai. Why am I being hit? You're the one who are in my personal bathroom. しょうがないな. I am looking away respectfully. Okay, S can come in because S has some manners. Oh, he did. Itai ba. You come into my bathroom and you bring hammers? Really? Shame on you. Shame on all of you. Ma. Today's Onsen stream. Wait, hold on.
Today's Onsen stream is sponsored by PiaPi Alien Shampoo for that smooth, slime-like alien hair.
Why? Okay, why should I let you stay? Why should I let you stay in here with me? For what purpose should you be in here with me in my private, personal princess bath? Are there monkeys in this onsen? Only you dive for good. Oh, wah. For pats? This is not no, that's a very sensitive area. I would like for you not to pat me on my slime when I'm in the nude. When I'm in the wait, is that word TOS sensitive or should I? Am I allowed to say the word nude on stream or is that not bueno? Well, because you'll be able to see mine and Brushie's booba. I am intrigued. You have my attention. Hi, guys. Hi. Oh, happy comfy. Welcome to my channel, PiaPi. Hi. Happy 2022, everybody. I guess if you're getting undressed too, then I can allow it. I guess if it's a mutual trade, then I can allow it. But only if you guys strip off too. Those are the rules. I don't make the rules. I'm here to enforce them. So get in the buff, y'all. You can't hop in an onsen with your clothes on anyway. Come on. The power of Yuri compels you. I mean, if two cute ladies are saying that they're gonna join me in the bath, I mean, who am I to turn them away? But yes, hello, everybody. Happy 2022! Whoa, there should not be that many people cheering in my bath. Hold your applause. Happy 2022! I mean, I hope it's been happy for you so far. We're a couple days in. It's my first stream of the new year. I'm excited to be back. I'm gonna say hello to some people. Brush B, happy comfy. Z, happy comfy. Crimson Ice, happy comfy. Scopy, happy comfy. TDIP, happy comfy. Techie B, happy comfy. And to everybody else, happy comfy. Oh goodness, and we already have a redeem. Oh, Daifuku, happy comfy. Tangy, happy comfy. SB, happy comfy. If you'd like to get your own personal greeting, make sure to redeem the happy comfy for one. I know it's a lot. It's a lot of Pia points, but for one Pia point, you too could be greeted personally in my private bath. Pumpkin, happy comfy. Oh goodness, I need to drink some water. Charpy, happy comfy. I've been kind of stuffed up today. I'm just gonna drink the bath water. Ooh, that's some premium VTuber bath water. I'm gonna bottle that up. What's the appropriate price for VTuber slime water? Man, no! But it's my bathwater. That's the price? Yeah. 69 pounds? Oh yeah. That seems over me. 69 pounds, huh? Hey yo? Yeah, VTuber bathwater. Hey, Charpy, what are you gonna be the first one on the pre-order list? You seem surprised by my offer. And Skull, why do you pass? Why is there no cookies in the bath? I don't want some wet cookies in the bath. That's gross. Have you ever dropped like food in the bath? It's not a pleasant experience. I don't say I speak from experience, but yeah. I'm so dummy thick. Please slap me. Love your streams. That's all. Shadowhunter buns. Wow. I can't believe I got noticed by these Shadowhunter buns. Just back that thing up. You a real fine watcher. Won't you back that thing up? Welcome. Also, I didn't get to say welcome to Eggs. Eggs, welcome to the ship. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm sorry you weren't supposed to come into my private bath for your first stream, but I hope you have a fun time anyway. Bath pizza. Girl said the pizza from the bath is good, so Techie trusts her. You want wet pizza? That seems kind of gross. I mean, I'm not here to judge you, but I don't know if wet pizza's really where it's at. Now, wet pickles, on the other hand. You take your pickle jar, you see, well, I got mine over there. You put it in some hot water, let it boil around a little bit, take a big ol' perfect. It's the perfect temperature, because you know, I don't know what the perfect temperature for pickles is? every temperature. Except for frozen, because... No, even frozen, because then it's a popsicle. The logistics are a bit harder, though. You'd have to break it open with a hammer, and you might want to put it in a stick preemptively. But popsicles are where it's at. Remember we tried to have popsicles on my stream when we had the summer stream, and then I shaved the plastic tub into my shaved ice. I'm just too strong, guys. I'm just too strong. I'm so thirsty. I mean, it's hot in here. Hey, TDI, if you're thirsty, look, we got water all around us. Take advantage. Feel free to just like stick a straw in or whatever floats your boat. Or what? Would you guys like to join me in the bath? Now that I think about it. You guys want to come in? It's like nice in here. You guys could come in. Hairu? Oh, okay. ちょっと待って。Hi! Welcome to my bathtub! Oh, look at all of you in your little obi suits! That's so cute! Look at everybody in their little obi suits! Wah, 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 wah. These were made by Bahamut Abalu? Bahumamu? The Bahumalu? Yeah, if you are interested in getting your own, I think that he may or may not have commissions open, but can I get a shout out for Bahamut Abalu? Got water all around us, only $3.99 per sip. Sip, bitch. But yeah, I'm really glad.
I wasted one fireball and I just accidentally just went. Now get up and go.
Man, I thought I turned that off so that it wouldn't have double sound, but for some reason it has like a double sound thing going on. Micah. ちょっと待って。I can't figure out where that is ever playing from, but it's always very loud. It's always very loud. There's always two of them, and it won't stop. I don't know how to make the sound alert stop. I like figured it out one time, and then I never figured it out ever again. Okay, I think we're not safe. There's a man in my bath.
Oh,
we're not safe.
There's
a man in my bath.
Oh, this can't be happening.
There's no man in my bath now, right? There's no man in my bath, right? Why is there a man moaning in your bath? Chico! It was supposed to be... Chico! It's... I can explain. You see... It said slime's only on the door. But humans are notoriously bad at reading. But it's not Pia's fault. He's under the water. It's the premium pass for the VTuber bathwater. You gotta lock in your premium rates back in 2021. If you didn't lock them in already, you're too late. Sorry. Wait, is that Xian? Well, Xian emoji. Nice choice. Way to go. But yeah, I wanted to check in with everybody. But first, I need to do our first official Hey Honey of 2022. Hatsu Hey Honey. Yes. Hi. Hi, honey. お風呂にする？ご飯にする？それともはい。初ヘハニIrie too? Tekiri, you have some god tier emote choices here. And everybody here has good taste. The bath adds a lot of effect. Should I stream from the bath from now on? I'm just trying to get the stank of 2021 off of me. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. 2021 was a very interesting year. And I'm really looking forward to 2022. Ah, CGIP! Happy Comfy. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, so I was really tempted to put this under the hot tubs tag, but then I was too scared, so we're under... Oh, we are under hot tubs. Oops. I was gonna say I put us under just chatting, but I guess I didn't. Whoops. But yeah, how's everybody's 2022 been so far? How are your holidays? What did you guys get up to? Did you guys do anything fun? Anything? 違う? Nothing? You didn't get up to anything? 嘘でしょ? I don't believe that for a second. I know y'all have been up to no good. Did you get anything nice with your New Year's money? If you got New Year's money. I don't know if you got New Year's money. It's not too late to put in just chatting. Well, now that you guys have invaded my personal bathtub, I kind of feel like I don't want to lie to people. It's not really a just chatting stream. It's more than just chatting. Well, I had a friend around and we had a great time. Oh, what did you do, Brushbee? I learned that VR is awesome. Skull, did you get VR? Have you been playing VR? You played Among Us with the real hot dog. Real hot dog real? Real hot dog real? You know the real hot dog? Yabe na. I got debt. Does that count? Charpy, yada. Charpy, no. Dame. Charpy. Nande? What did you spend all your money on? Did you spend it on VTubers? そうでしょ? 嘘言わないで。そうでしょ? Ah, you're on for the first time! Zabo B! Happy Comfy! Welcome! Techie was just chilling for New Year. Oh, did you have anything good to eat? Did you have any special meals? Can you put the PiaPi hot dog in the background? ちょっと待って. I feel like that's kind of yabai. If anybody wants to join me in the bath, maybe I should open up the events channel for it. Maybe I should just drag in all of the jumpers from the bounce house into the bath for maximum chaos. ちょっと待って. Yes, real hot dog real. We're gonna bring them over. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. The struggle to not doze off in the water is too real. Oh, it's so true though. It's so true. I'm so comfy right now in my bath. You know, I'm actually a pretty huge fan of Onsen. Like, should I tell you some of my Onsen stories, or is that too is that too personal? I feel like sometimes I'm a bit of an oversharer. Like, to me, I guess I don't get embarrassed so easily. I don't know, actually, I do get embarrassed kind of easily. But I don't know. I feel like, to me, onsens are like not a big deal at all. Like, getting naked with a bunch of your friends, it's like super fun. But the first time I went to an onsen was a pretty yabe experience. Why didn't I tell you about it? So, wait. Oh God, guys, I told you I would tell you this story one day. And I think that 2022, I think today's the day. So I think that I'm gonna tell you the story of my most epic day ever. And of the first day that I ever went to an onsen in Japan. There are some trigger warnings for this story. I've told you the trigger warnings for this story before. The trigger warnings for the story. Actually, if I'm gonna tell the story, I don't think that I need to tell you. that might spoil some of the story. If you remember the trigger warnings, they're not really real trigger warnings. Don't worry, nothing really happened in the story that's like particularly that yabai. But some stuff did happen. So I'm gonna tell you the story. There was nudity involved. There was there was nudity involved. Okay. These PS story intros being long disclaimers. All right, so I'm gonna tell you guys the story of real Japan. This is the story of real Japan. I'm gonna tell this story once, and then I'm never gonna tell it again. So, well, I guess it'll be in the VOD. So if you want to hear the story again, you'll have to watch the VOD. But this is probably. Are you telling us that we can get seizure during your story? No, I'm not. I'm not Porygon from the 90s version of Pokemon. So so no, you mustn't. You don't need to concern yourself with that. But all right. So okay. So once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a slime. Ba 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 ba. No, no, sorry, not that story. That's the wrong story. Disney owns that property now. I should really be careful. Okay. When I first experienced an Earth simulator, I decided that I would go to an onsen in Japan, and I was in university at the time. And I'm procrastinating because it's kind of an embarrassing story. And I was living in Japan, actually, doing some studies, remotely, maybe. But it felt really real. It felt like I was in Japan. And I got invited by my friends to go out to an onsen for the first time. And I had never been to an onsen. And I was a little bit scared. Because the prospect of getting naked in front of a whole bunch of people I didn't know, and even worse, a whole bunch of people I did know, was pretty yabai. It was not a good feeling. It was a very embarrassing feeling. But I wanted to go. I wanted to go into an onsen. It seemed like it'd be fun. It seemed like a good Japan experience. And I didn't know how much longer I was going to be in Japan at the time. So I thought, now or never. And it was cold too. It was like winter. And so like all the vibes were right. The reasons were right. The vibes were right. And I decided that I would go to my first onsen. So I went ahead with my friends to a town in Japan, a big city in Japan called Osaka. Osaka, ne? And in Osaka, they have a onsen theme park. Like it's like a onsen, it's like a building. It's like a building where they have like two floors, one for men and one for women, and they switch every month. And one floor is all European baths, and it's like a whole like amusement park of just European baths. So you just wander around these baths. And then they had a whole Japanese floor. And at the time, the floor for women was the Japanese bath. So I was really, really excited because I had never been to an onsen, and this one was going to be like Japan themed, well, Asia themed. There was other baths that weren't just Japanese. And I was like, yes, let's go. So pretty hype about the onsen. Not hype about the being naked though. So I decided that earlier in the day, I wanted to go and buy some anime stuff. Most of my friends at the time were not raging otaku like me. So they were not as keen to go spend like 2 hours at the anime store. So I ended up going on my own to the anime store. And at the time, I was actually running kind of a side hustle, selling anime stuff. I was selling like anime trinkets and toys and whatever. And Hetalia was super big at the time. I promise this all leads into the Onsen story, I promise. But a side tangent, I bought myself about I don't know, like $400 worth of anime plushies, all of them Hetalia. And it took me a while to purchase it all and to get all the stuff. And so because I bought all that stuff and I had to lug it around Osaka. Yeah, $400, but it was merchandise. I sold it. I resold it for not $400. So I made a profit. But yeah, so I had to lug it around. So that meant that I was late. I arrived to the onsen about like 45 minutes to an hour later than my friends. And as I'm getting there, I'm like, oh my god. I don't like I'm messaging my friends like, are you guys in the onsen yet? Are you guys in the onsen? Oh my god, are you guys in the onsen yet? Like, and nobody's replying. I message friend 1 and nothing. Friend 2, nothing. Friend 3, nothing. Friend 4, nothing. And there's no more friends. And I'm just like, oh my god, oh no. But I knew where we were supposed to meet, and I knew the time we were supposed to meet, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna suck it up. I'm gonna go to the onsen anyway. Yeah, exactly. They were already in the onsen because I was late and they were not gonna wait for me. Nudity waits for no man or woman or slime or anybody who chooses not to wear clothes. But yeah, so nobody answered. And that meant that I had to do everything by myself. So I went to the counter first. And I like kind of like fumbled with the Japanese, like arigato gozaimasu, because at the time I also didn't speak much Japanese either. So I was like arigato, and they like sent me up. And first I went to the wrong floor, and some man was like and once I got that sorted away, I couldn't find the locker room. And so now I'm getting increasingly more and more late. The chances of me catching up with my friends are just slipping away. And by the time I get to the locker room, I'm scanning. I'm walking down each aisle of lockers, like looking for my friends. I'm just running back and forth like, are my friends here? Is friend 1 here? Is friend 2 there? Is friend 3 here? Oh god, I don't really like friend 4, but if friend 4 is here, I'll take anybody. But alas, there was no one. There was absolutely no one. There was just lots of old lady booty. And that was it. No friends, just booty. Just lots of naked randoms that I didn't know. And I was like, oh god, I shouldn't look. Oh no, I should not be here. I should not be looking at this. But I have to find my locker. I've gotta. If I'm gonna get in the bath, I'm gonna have to change too. So I walked into old lady booty. Hi Raven, we're talking about the first time I went to an onsen. Get settled in. It's a wild ride of a story, and it's just getting started. Gay panic is so relatable. Yeah, I was like, well, like, so the booty was one thing, but when there was like a cute girl, like with no top on, I was like, oh. I was like, I must be respectful. I must only look at the floor. I must only look at the floor. So I was like, you know what? My friends are still probably in there. Nobody's answered their phone. So I'm just gonna get changed. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna find them. So I found my locker. I found a locker, and I put myself behind the door, and I was like, okay, now what? Okay, now what? Okay, I need to. Okay, now what? I need to take off. I need to take everything off. I thought, look, because for the longest time I'd watched my anime on like Toonami and like Cartoon Network and stuff, I thought everybody wore the towel, right? Or at least that they had like a black censorship bikini on every time they got undressed, right? I was sure of it. I was like, oh, the towel's fine. You can just wear the towel. Everybody's wearing the towel. No. I like towel. Everybody's wearing no one is wearing the towel. Nobody is wearing the towel. I see a towel on the head. I see a towel on your basket full of soap. But nobody's wearing the towel. So I was forced into a very uncomfortable situation. I had no friends. It was just me, a bunch of randos, and I took it all off. I was like, I just like I opened up the locker next to me. So I had like a cubicle, like a 1980s American like capitalist like what's the word? Dystopia cubicle made out of lockers. Standing between them, like so. Oh yeah, that's gonna. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can just bring the lockers with me to the bath. Like I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like, I can't do it. So I opened up all the lockers at my feet, the lockers at my chest. So I was like, okay, nobody could see me. Like random people are just walking by, just like, wow, that's a really nice locker cosplay you got going on there. But it happened eventually. I closed the lockers. I wrapped the towel around me, and I was like, look, if they're not gonna wear their towels, I can still wear my towel. It's not a big deal. I can wear my towel into the bath. I'll just take it off when I get to the bath. That's fine, right? That's what I thought. So I get to the door of the onsen, and there's a very large sign on the door that says, "No towel past this point." It says in large English Comic Sans, "No towel past this point." So obviously, File Tiras, welcome. And also, if I didn't say hi to Raven, I think I did, but thank you so much for the follow. So I'm standing there in my towel. Naked granny's passing me on the left. And go back to the locker and put on my clothes. When a kind old lady comes up behind me and says, no towel. タオルを脱いでください。タオルは基本的になんかお風呂にはno please enter here no towel. So now I'm cornered. There's no way back, and there's no way forward. I can't pretend now like I wasn't about to go into the onsen, because this little old Japanese lady is like, I will help you. And I can't wear my towel because the big Comic Sans font ugly heaven sign is like no towel past this point. So in one move, facing the embarrassment of being nude or the embarrassment of committing a social faux pas, I whip off the towel and I'm like, sumimasen. Wakarimashita. And I proceed quickly into the onsen. So you think maybe the story ends there. No, this is just the beginning of the weirdest day I've ever had in my life. So we get past the towel barrier. I put my towel in a little box and I carry on into the onsen, desperately on my quest to find friend number 1 through 4. Maple Syrup, thank you so much for the follow. So all you did is go to an onsen. No, there's more. So, yes, I carry on into the onsen. And actually, you know what? It was actually easier once I got into the onsen because there aren't as many nude people walking around. They're mostly in baths. So I was like, oh, okay. So it's kind of just like a pool, except I'm naked. So you don't need friends. You have old nudie women. Hope you're having a nice day. I'm having a great day, Maple. You too. Happy 2022. But yes, So Teki will never go to onsen while visiting Japan. Oh no, I really hope you do. I really hope you do. I will get up to a more positive note about onsen in a little bit, but I really hope you do experience onsen, even if I'm making it sound very terrifying. I promise there's good in this story. So No, at this point, so like もちろん今は基本的に日本語は全然大丈夫なんですが、その時はわかりました日本語ちょっと At the time, it was very, very 日本語ちょっと so I was I was having a little bit of a trouble. Yes.
あれちょっと待って。
Oh!
あれ
Oh my god! Wow! Wow! Hello, readers! This is a... Ima! Oh no!
Poggers!
Oh no! I'm so exposed! Hello, welcome, readers! Hello, welcome!
Poggers!
Welcome, readers! I'm super happy to see you! But I'm afraid to say that I'm indisposed! Tom! Hi, Tom! Welcome, readers! Can I get a shout out for Tom? Can I get a shout out? Wow!
Poggers!
Ah, I wonder if the clip's gonna come up. Wow!
Well, it says I have blue.
Yeah, let's go!
Whatever.
Have a nice day, Ray! What? We were just talking about my first time in an onsen. It's a it's a story of nudity, grandma touches, anime plushie suicide, and vomit. So if you're into that kind of thing. If you're into that kind of thing, maybe stick around and enjoy the stream. Hope your stream is going well. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? You were doing. Oh my God, you're so brave. I shouldn't suspect any less of you though. You have like the spine and the butt of a strong person. Security breach. Hey yo, wait. Have you been able to get? How far have you gotten into it? I've been watching Let's Plays of it, and it seems like a very buggy mess. It seems like
so
a very
cute. Why is it so cute?
Oh my God! Wait, slime time. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta. Chatmate, I gotta change. We gotta get changed.
Poggers!
Dun 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 dun. Ah, chatmate. My stream app, my VTS is being sussy right now. Why? My stream deck decided to break. It got too excited about hearing about nudity. Also, thank you so much for the follows. But yes, I do have to warn you ahead of time that the next story is going to be about some things that might be uncomfortable for people who are not fans of really fucking awesome stories. So if that's not your vibe, maybe. I think you just did a boss fight. So many bugs. Yo, how? So like, did you get crashed out of the game yet, or did you like fall through the world? I saw people were able to do speed runs of the security breach in like under 2 minutes because you can just fall through the world and just end up ending the game right there. Also, I want to say hello to some new followers on the ship. Welcome to my UFO. Prepare for abduction. Tender Vigilante. A happy comfy. Cobalt the Fox. Spring Body. Oh, yo, we got some FNAFers in here. Caffeinated Boomer. Neko Bahamut. Hopeless Romantic. Everybody, thank you so much for the follow. Hello. Hopeless Romantic. Oh, that's so sweet. Captain Jones. Welcome, oh happy comfy. Mofador, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. Hexagon 2, Zalty, Mr. Grump, Sopping Furball, Tsikidora Nokami, and Adam Chen. Welcome, oh happy comfy. I had my game crash. Enemies kept clipping through walls. That sounds like the security breach experience that I feel like I've seen in all the Let's Plays. And I feel like so like which boss did you end up fighting? You like Sun Moon, or are you pretty far in? But yeah, Tops is really cool, guys. Everybody, we rated once into their stream. But if you weren't there, if you're looking for a really fun streamer to follow, check out Unreal Girl Tops. They're really funny, really cool. I actually saw you for the first time, I think, on Athel's channel. That's where I found you from when you guys played Monster Prom. Best game ever, by the way. Monster Prom is like such a dope ass game, man. You already followed? Yeah, it was fun when we raided in. I'm trying to remember what they were playing. But yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, when they played Monster Prom, that was so long ago. Yeah, you guys were like super drunk, and I remember that you guys started like just making your avatars really huge. Like, I remember at one point, I think you were like, what were you doing? Were you slapping or like spitting on like Athel's abs? Yeah, that was a good collab. That was a really good collab. Wow. But yeah, by the way, for anybody new here, my name is PiaPi UFO. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm an alien slime VTuber who often wears a human suit for your delicate human sensibilities. Not because I don't like being a monster girl. Totally affable. But yeah, I am a alien VTuber. I mostly stream variety content and just whatever the hell I want because I don't let anybody tell me how to live my life. But thank you so much for the follows, and I hope that everybody enjoys the rest of my story. Yeah.
Poggers.
But yes, thank you. You, me, you wish, Bigurabu, Gula Guno, and Crusher X, thank you so much for the follows. So we were just getting to the good part. I had gone to sum up what you've missed so far. I went to an onsen with some friends, but I arrived later than my friends because I'm a disgusting weeaboo who wanted to go buy some anime merch. So I got to the onsen late and was left behind as everybody had already gotten into the onsen. So I had to change by myself for the first time naked in front of a bunch of old ladies. And some hot young ladies, but mostly old ladies. And I was stripped of my towel by an old woman, and I was sent into the pits of onsen. So I've caught you up. I've caught you up on where we are in this story of my onsen adventures. Oh, and Ariel and Gonchama, happy comfy, welcome. I think I also missed saying hello to Yusakev, happy comfy, welcome. Let me get my mouth up here. There we go. A little down here. Yes, so we go into the onsen, right? And now I have no towel, I have no friends, and I'm just wandering around the complex. Because like I said, this place is called Spa World. You can Google it yourself. There's an English website, but it's called Spa World in Osaka. And they have just like tons of these baths, tons of these open nudie baths. And we were on the not Japan floor, Asia floor. Oh, 温泉は寝明け前に行ってきた。なあ。私まだ温泉、まあ、初温泉は今日です。この配信で初温泉。My first onsen experience for the year is now with all of you in my bath. This is very unexpected. I thought it was a private function, but yes. So I was walking around. ちょっと待って、ゴンちゃんマン。スパワールド知ってる？大阪市のスパワールド知ってる？これはスパワールドの話になりますが。まあ、よければどうぞ切ってください。So anyway, I was no privacy, only booba. No booba, only privacy. Wait, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. No privacy, no booba. Wait, no, wait, what was the hashtag? Medium booba, no nipple. There we go. Now we got it. Medium booba, no nipple. But Tom, thank you so much for the raid, by the way. If you need to take a rest, I completely understand, and I hope that you have a good break. Yes. So, medium booba, no nipple. That's right. That's that's what my first accidental not safe for work skev was tagged as, was medium booba, no nipple. But yeah, so I'm walking around medium booba, no nipple, trying to find my friends. And when I finally find them, because I do find them, I went through all 8 baths. I got to the bath in the back, and I was like, oh, my friends! And they said, wow, it took you long enough, Pia. We're actually leaving, though. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, we made plans with the boys who came with us to the onsen, and it's like already time to go meet up with them, so you're on your own. And I was like, no problem. Happy to return the raid for a while. Going to catch some Z's. Have an awesome rest. Thank you so much. Maybe we'll talk later. If you wanna play Monster Prom or anything, it's my favorite game, so I'm always game. It'd be so much fun to play together. But have a nice break. But yes, so my friends left, and I was just standing there alone in the onsen, like. They just left me there in the onsen all alone. I'm naked. I'm confused. I've got nobody. I got nobody on my side. So, well, I'm already naked. I already got past the first hurdle. I'm gonna enjoy myself. So, I go ahead and I find Boku no Pia. ちょっと待って。ちょい待って。All right, we're gonna do a Boku no Pia. Actually, I'm gonna have a water too. Boku no Pia. Hi.
1 minute on the clock for Boku no Pia. Oh. Hi, 1分間. So, yeah. So I go ahead and I go to the baths in the back, which are Japanese theme, and they're outdoors. So like there's like a wall up, so obviously nobody can see in, but I can see out. I can see out at like the world going by below. And so I go in and I take my first dip. Yo, Toast, thank you so much for the subby wubby arigapi. Thank you for staying in the brine. 6 months in the brine. Damn, you looking like a tasty ass pickle. Yo, Myth! 3 months. You're soon I will enjoy the delicious flavor. I need to stop eating. Okay, look, as a streamer, it's not a good strategy to eat your viewers. I feel like that's a very poor strategy. But yeah. Myth! Thank you so much. All right, time's up.
So yeah, anyway. So I went into my first bath, and it was the Japanese one. And I climb in, and oh boy, it's hot. Like it's 45 degrees, I think, in there, which is like 100 something, I think. Or maybe it was a little bit hotter than that, but it was hot. Oh, the Fried Donut Simp. That's an awesome name. That name is actually amazing. Fried Donut Simp. Thank you so much for the follow. And Snow Rabbit, thank you. So I get in, and it's hot. It's very hot. And up until this point, I had never been in an onsen before. So I was like, my little body was like dissolving into gloop. Like my little slime couldn't handle the 45-degree temperature. But I wanted to stick it out. I wanted to look at the town going by below. I wanted to enjoy this amazing experience that I could only have, that I thought once in a lifetime experience. So I should just suck it up. I should just sit in the hot water, look out the window, and just enjoy myself. But oh, you need to bounce. See you later, Pumpkin. And Toast, I really hope that your work lessens up on you soon. Miss you. 45 degrees C where you live? No, this was the water. This was the water in the tub. Maybe it was hotter. I think it was 45, but yeah. So anyway, so I couldn't really tolerate it for very long. Like passing out in onsens is really common in Japan because the water's very hot and you're very naked and there's not a lot of circulation, and like if you have like there's lots of steam, there's lots of moisture in the air too. So yeah, so I was getting hot very quickly, right?
A once in a lifetime experience. Lonely, scared, confused, melting and crying. Yeah. So I was sitting in the tub, and I'm starting to think, all right, I don't know how much longer I can tolerate this. Like, I paid the money to come in. I don't want to waste this experience. So, but I'm getting too hot. I need to get up and I need to get out. And just as I'm about to get out of the onsen, I hear this little voice next to me saying, "Ara, konnichiwa. Ara, konnichiwa." And this little old lady, comes up and she sits next to me. Monochrome Rose and Dawnseeker and Kavatic Twilight, thank you so much for the follow. Also 1 mega, thank you so much. And and I'd already unbent my knees. I was about to stand, and I'm like kind of in like a deer in the headlight pose, because this little old lady is just like, she's smiling so sweet. She's like, doko shushin desu ka? Where are you from? And I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can tolerate it for just like. And I decided to have just a short. I didn't want to be rude, right? Like this little old Baba comes sitting next to me, and she's so sweet, and I'm like, oh, I'm Popipo shushin desu. I'm from Popipo. And she says, "Ala, Popipo nanda, sugoi na." She's like, "Oh, Popipo, I've heard of it. That's amazing. Jitsu wa ne, uchi no mago tte sa, Popipo de ryugaku shita koto arimasu." My child has actually done, or my grandchild has actually done study abroad in your beautiful planet of Popipo. And I said, "Oh, really? That's really interesting. But I'm getting hot, so I should." "Soshite ne, sa, kaminoke." She says, "Actually, your hair." And I say, "Watashi no kaminoke?" And she says, "So da yo. Anata no kaminoke no koto nan desu ka?" And she's like, "Yeah, actually, it's about your hair." And I'm like, oh goodness, what have I done? What yes, it's. And I look at her and I say, "So desu ne. Jige desu. Yes, it is my real hair." And she says, "Ii desu ne." She says, "Oh, that's nice." And we're both skating around some very large issue, and I'm not sure what it is. And she seems to not really want to talk about it, but she persists. She says, "Yeah, so janakute, jitsu wa ne, musubanai to." She says, "Actually, you have to tie it up." And I'm like, eh? And I don't know this word. I don't know what word she said to me. She said, hair, bad hair." And I'm sitting there like, oh, she does not like my hair. I see. She does not like my hair. I cannot change my hair. It is my hair. So I just say, "Gomen nasai." Gomen nasai. For having this hair, gomen nasai. Rita, thank you so much for the follow. And I say, "Gomen nasai," for my hair. And don't slimes dissipate and dilute in the water? Shh. Whose story is this, Hammy? Is it your story or my story? So I say, "Gomen nasai." And she says, "Yeah, chotto matte. Tetsudatte ageru wa." And I say, "Oh, she's gonna help me. How? Is she going to shave me? Is this woman going to shave me in this onsen?" And before I know it, both of her hands are on me. She has both of her hands in my hair. And I'm just sitting there like, what do I do now? And I just sit there as she pulls on it I'm just like, oh no. And I just take it because I'm like, what else do I do? I don't know anything about onsens. I don't know anything about old anime ladies. So this naked old woman, and I'm sitting next to her, a naked young slime, and she's just pulling my hair. And I'm about to say something when she says, ah, ha ha ha, dekimashita. And she's put a rubber band in my hair. She took my hair and she tied it up. And she said, 日本では髪の毛はお風呂に入れたら汚いんですよ. She's like, it's actually really disgusting if your hair is in the bath. I'm pretty sure the word she used was, it was kitanai. So it was like, it's a little bit unsanitary is probably the nuance, but it can also mean disgusting. So I'm going to take it as a boohee piggy kind of moment and say that I was just being very disgusting. So she tied up my hair into like a cute little bun on the back of my head. And I'm sufficiently embarrassed on top of being hot, and I'm starting to get dizzy. But I look at her and I say, arigato, sumimasen, gomennasai, arigato. And she's like, daijoubu, kini shinakute ii desu yo, kini sahen ne. And I'm like, all right. So anyway, I need to go, old lady. So I'm like, sumimasen, jitsu wa. And she is like, hada wa shiroi desu ne. She's like, wow, your skin, it's so pure and beautiful. At this point, I'm just like, oh God, I don't even know what to do. She's like, it's like a doll's skin. And she goes, can I touch it? And I'm like, can you touch my skin? She's like, sawatte ii desu ka? Dame nara, mochiron daijoubu desu ka? She's like, if it's no good, it's okay. I was like, it's okay. I just go, daijoubu, because she's just this old lady, and I didn't want to offend her, so I just said, daijoubu, it's okay if you touch my skin. And by the way, Senior Spicy Peen, thank you so much for the gift sub to Tom. And so she reaches out her hands, and I hold out my arm, but my arm goes untouched because instead the old lady has decided that it is time to cup my booba. So, here we are. I'm naked for the first time. I'm in a very hot bath. A woman just grabbed my hair. And now, those same hands that so nicely tied up my hair are on my booba. Supporting me like a nice brazier. The word for old lady in Japanese, you can call them baba. She was my babrazier.
Boobas.
Boom boom bim bum bee bum bee baz. Booba bee ba bee baz. Yep. So I have never had my babonga boongas have never been touched before. But this old lady very tenderly takes the honor. Yep. And she says to me, "Oh! Mochi mochi da ne." She says, "Oh, they're so squishy." And at this point, the edges of my vision have started to blur. I am so hot, but I am so embarrassed that I can't tell whether my skin is red and swollen because I'm embarrassed or because I'm about to have heat stroke. So, as she pulls back her hands and starts to and decides to start talking more about Popipo and how much her grandchild loved it, I interrupt her and say, "Sumimasen. Sumimasen. Shinisou dakara." I said, "I'm sorry. I feel like I'm about to die." Because I didn't know how to say, "Oh, I feel like I might faint," or I knew the word for bad at the time, but I didn't. The first word that came to me was, "I think I'm going to die." So she says, "Oh, 大丈夫ですか? すいません。ずっと喋っちゃって。どうぞどうぞ。出てください." She says, "Oh, I'm so sorry I've talked your ear out. Please leave the bath." 暑いでしょ? 暑いでしょ? ちょっと休憩して。水飲んで。As if she was not the cause of most of this suffering, she quickly sends me away and instructs me on how to use an onsen properly. 長く入れたね。ちゃんと水飲んで。You must drink water. As if it was my fault that I have been in this bath now for 15 minutes longer than expected. Molested by this old lady. But here we are. So, I get out of the bath. I go sit down for a while. I drink some water. And then I decide, you know what? That was enough bath for me for today. I think we're good. I think we're good for today. So I decide that I'm gonna go get dressed and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna catch up with my friends and I'm gonna go get dinner. Yeah. I get the feeling that my tattoos and body hair will prevent me from going to an onsen. Not the body hair, but the tattoos. Yes, tattoos are difficult. It's hard to get an onsen if you have tattoos, but it doesn't mean you can't. There's lots of ways around it. Like you can use makeup, or you can use. They have like these like waterproof plastic skin patches you can like slap on over your tattoo. That will like hide your tattoo. But if it's a really big one, then yeah, you might be out of luck. You can hide it with a towel though sometimes, but yeah, it's a little bit tricky. Yes, Pia died nude being touched by an old woman. You say it's not a bad way to go, but yo, Mega Milk! Hello, Allie Human. Hello, welcome. Yes, thank you so much for the tier 1. Arigapi. Yes, so I get out of the bath, I change as quick as possible because I'm like, maybe I can still catch up with my friends. I didn't enjoy the other baths because 1, I felt like I was gonna die, and 2, because I figured that it would be best for me to not miss out on spending time with my friends after that. So I catch up with them in the lobby, and I find out that there is no plan after this. My friends had plans with somebody else, and I've been abandoned again. I was like, no. So luckily though, there's some other people that were hanging around, so I head back with them. And I have to explain why I have these giant bags. So my friend 1 through 4, they were like, oh yeah, she like does this anime thing, and like she's got these giant bags of like plushies. It's like whatever. But these new friends that I don't know so well. Oh, Sleepy Tattoo, thank you so much for the follow. Arigapi. These new friends that I don't know so much, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So I open up my locker, and out of it fall just like boxes and boxes of plushies. I look like some demented weeb Santa Claus with my giant blue animate bag, just full to the brim with Hitalia merchandise. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. So these new friends are like, yo, what the hell? What did you buy? I was like, don't worry about it. It's not that important. And like, yeah, Hitalia, yeah. It was like a bag full. I can tell you exactly what was in it. It's imprinted into my brain because of the next part of this story. But there was like 3 UK plushies. There was 3 Austria plushies, 3 Prussia plushies, and 3 America plushies. And then there was also like these little Prussia bird plushies. I was super into Italia at the time. And so I kind of ran into like a little bit of an import-export business. And yeah, made a little bit of fun money for myself. But yeah, so we... Hello, I'm a weeb. I know you wouldn't think so looking at me. I wear my anime t-shirts to hide the fact that I'm a giant weeb. So we head out of the onsen like a giant, like with my giant weeb Santa Claus sacks, and the 2 friends that I'm with, they're like, yo, like, do you need help carrying that? You have like a lot of bags. Like there was like 3 or 4 bags, and I was like, yeah, please, if you wouldn't mind. So I entrusted one of the bags to my friend. I gave him the lightest one because I felt bad. I didn't want them to have to carry like the heavy bags. And the lightest bag happened to be the bag with all of the plushies in it. So we're talking, you know, what did I say, like 12 plushies or so? And we head back. We decide we're gonna get dinner in town, but we're gonna head back to where we were staying at the time. Pia, I gotta ask, how many plushies do you actually have now? Now it's been thinned down a lot. I think I have about in grand total, maybe 20 plushies. But this was for my business though, so this was a little bit different. But so I had 12 of them, and so I entrusted it to my friend, and we headed to the train station. And part of the reason why we were rushing back to get to the train station was because we lived kind of far away, and our last train out of the city was at like 10 o'clock. And so we didn't want to cut it too close, so we were trying to catch one of the earlier trains to get back to where we were living. But we were cutting it a little close. But we were gonna catch probably the second to last, maybe third to last train. So we get to the station, and we're waiting at the platform. I've got one friend holding one bag, the other friend holding the other bag, and I'm holding 2 bags. And I don't know, how many of you have been to Japan before or have been to a train station? Sometimes they have those big freight trains that go flying by, right? And the freight trains don't have anything on them, but they produce a lot of wind. Like a lot of wind. Like a lot of wind. And so I'm gripping onto my bags nice and tight, and the train goes by, and it's too early, Tekidin. You can't do it yet. It's too early. Also, I wanna revert back soon from my slime. Hold on. Actually, maybe I'll do that. I'll do that now before I. No, it's okay. Okay. So a big wind kicks up, and I watch the train go by. And as the train passes me, I think, wow, the train's going really fast. And I noticed a woman to my right, and her hat almost flew away. And she reached to her head, and she held it down. And I said, I'm glad I'm not wearing a hat. But I speak prematurely, because as I look to my left, I watch as my bag of plushies, unattended by my friend, get picked up by the wind, gracefully floating up off the platform and into the sky, where they make a beeline for the side of the train and smash into it, exploding plushie bits and plushie boxes and anime goods. Oh! It almost looked intentional. It almost looked like they did not want to come home with me, and this was the only way out. So I'm just standing there mortified as $400 of merchandise gets exploded. And my friend, meanwhile, has no idea, because he left the bag there and walked off to go buy something from a vending machine. That's you know what? That's not even where the story ends. So, everybody on the platform sees this happen. They're like, "Oh no! This woman's stuff like exploded. We should help her." So people go rushing about once the train passes. They go rushing about the platform trying to help me pick up everything. And this man picks up the Austria plushie in his hands, and he's like, "Ma'am, you lost this." And he looks down at it and realizes that it's just a whole bunch of weeb shit. And he gives me the stinkiest look. And he's like, "Here's your weeb shit." He's like, kore. Just like hands me this like decapitated plushie. Like, oh, ew. He was like, "Oh, let me help you, beautiful young lady." "Oh, you're a stinky otaku." Pet. I spit on your plushie. Pet, pet. So, a couple people help me. The train attendant comes by. And obviously there's a whole bunch of plushie everything everywhere. So, on the tracks of the train, like on the train tracks, there's just like a bunch of like plushie boxes and bits and whatever. So we have to press like the button, like the emergency button. I've never pressed it before, so that was kind of exciting. But we press it and we're like, we need the train attendant guy to like come and like pick up all this crap that just fell on the train tracks. It feels like not a good idea to have a train come in on top of all that. So he comes down with like this like grabber, like, you know how like when you get wounded you have like that like suction cup grabber thingy? He comes down with this grabber thing and he's like, "Oh, your stuff got picked up by the train? Omoshiroi desu ne. Omoshiroi desu ne." He's just like, he has like the weirdest laugh I think I've ever heard, and he's got these weird grabby pincers, and he goes along the track picking up all the bits of my merchandise, and I'm just sitting there looking at them like, "Goodbye, $400. Goodbye, $400. See you next time, $400. But he collects most everything. A lot of them actually survived. It was crazy. The boxes were like absolutely destroyed, but somehow the plushie was okay. There was a couple, but we never recovered one of them. I think it hitched a ride on the train and ended up in Hokkaido, but we found the rest of them, what was left of some of them, but most of them survived for the most part. They were covered in dirt and like train juices. I don't know if I ever want to call it that again, but train juices. And and we go on our way. My friend is very apologetic. Not really. He was like, "Hey, I didn't know that it didn't weigh anything." I was like, "Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna get mad about this. It was nice of you to carry it anyway. Thank you." But obviously this delay means that we've missed our train. We've missed our train home. We only have one more train. We only have one more train. It's the last train home. It is not ideal, because if you've never ridden the last train out of somewhere, I assume it's the same for everywhere, not just Japan, but the last train home is usually an experience, because the kind of people taking the last train home are a different breed. They're just a different breed of people. Oh, yep. Charpy got it. Charpy got it. Charpy got it. Drunk as a skunk. So everybody on the train, it just is just dead. It at first it's full and it smells like booze and Akeome! Doko ni iru? Koko ni iru! Happy Comfy, welcome! Jun da yo, Jun da yo! Happy Comfy, yokoso! PiaPi no Uchi-san, welcome. So, we get on the last train, and we find a 4-person seat for the 4 of us, and we're all sitting together. And I was upset at first, right? Obviously I was upset because all my stuff just exploded, and like in glorious plushy mass destruction. But I got over it, and soon enough we were laughing and having a good time on the train. I was like, you know what? I bet you I can recover some of these plushies, and if I don't, yeah, it's so be it. It's a funny story. I've had a very, very weird day. I'm very tired. It's gonna be fine. Junichi, happy comfy, welcome. So, I'm gonna save Charpies. I'm gonna read Charpies in a second, but I'm gonna finish the story. All right, because we're just about to get to the climax of this wonderful story. Bash 13, happy comfy, welcome. So we're sitting there, right? We're having a great time. DNT Nation Gaming, happy comfy, welcome. And I notice out of the corner of my eye that there's a guy sitting in the 4-seater across from us. So like it's like think of like an airplane. It was kind of like that, except like the 4 seats, 2 of them are facing backwards and 2 of them are facing forward, so you can talk with your friends, right? So I'm sitting in a 4-seater with my friends, and across from us there's a 4-seater, and there's just one guy all alone. And he's kind of doing this, like he's like sleeping. He's sleeping, but he's sleeping hard. He's sleeping real hard. Yes, there's more. There's more. So he's sleeping real hard. And halfway through our journey, suddenly I'm in the middle of telling some joke or some story, and I hear thunk. And all of us look over to see what it was. What was that sound? And the guy who's been going like this, back and forth and back and forth, has violently slammed his head on the side of the carriage, which is made of metal. So it made quite a noise. And the man obviously woke up, and we're like, oh yikes. So he wakes up, and we're just like, oh well, he seems okay. He seems a little bit frazzled, but he seems okay. He doesn't seem to be bleeding, and he kind of relaxes back in his seat, and we go back to talking. And we talk again for another couple minutes, when suddenly I hear the guy to the right of us, I hear him start going, and I'm like, guys, I think something's happening with that guy over there, guys. And he proceeds to lose all of his sushi on the floor of the train. Just tossing cookies? No. Losing sushi. So he loses all of his sushi on the floor of this pristine JR train. And me and my friends are just sitting there like, oh, don't look over there. Just don't look over there. Just don't look over there. Everything will be fine. Just don't look over there. Just don't look over there. Everything will be fine. Don't look over there. So we proceed to not look over there. And try to have a conversation. But you know, for all of the girls in the chat, and maybe the guys to some extent, but I think especially younger women, I think will relate to this sentiment of being very aware of your surroundings at night, and being very aware of kind of situations like that might be a little bit unsafe. And so I was absolutely on edge. If I wasn't already on edge from the fact that I had gotten naked, that an old lady had groped my boobies, that my plushies had jumped into a moving train and exploded themselves on a platform, if none of those things had put me on edge, this man vomiting to my right had put me all the way to the edge. So I was like a twitchy mess. I was like, oh jeez. So I was very aware of him, even though he had stopped moving. Like he threw up, and then he kind of just curled up and stopped moving. And it was like that for like 20 minutes. He just didn't move. He just sat there and just didn't move. But after about 20 minutes, he stood up. And my friends, they're just having a great time. They're just like, oh my God, wasn't it so funny when your plushie smacked to the side of the train? Everybody was like, look at this fucking otaku. Ah! and they're just having a great time, right? And I'm sitting there like, I can't stop paying attention to this guy because I'm like, I don't like. He's standing now. He's standing. What if he comes over here? And so I'm like super paranoid. But he stands up and he walks backwards. He walks behind us, not to where we're sitting, but about 2 seats back, where this guy is also sitting. And this guy is just kind of dozing off. And I assume, oh, he must know that guy, because he's kind of like walking, he's kind of like getting into the seat next to this guy. So I assume, oh, they must know each other. He must know this man. And I kind of let my guard down. But not for long, because a second later, I hear the distinctive sound of a belt buckle. And I immediately jump to my feet. I jump to my feet and I say, I'm gonna get the train conductor. And my 2 friends say, why? What's going on? I say, I'm gonna get the train conductor. And I don't look back. I just immediately start running for the front of the train. And as I pass my friends and start heading towards the front of this train, I hear my friend exclaim, oh my God, he's peeing on him! This is the same day. This is the same day. So the man proceeds to make this man into his personal urinal. And the worst thing is, go piss, girl, no, not like that. So the worst thing is that this guy who's sitting in the chair, getting this unwelcomed golden shower, he looks at the man in horror. And then he looks out the window. And that's all he does. He just looks out the window and thinks to himself, man, why was I born looking so much like a urinal? This is the 3rd time this week. Why does this keep happening to me? I wish that I didn't look so much like a toilet. So obviously I didn't see that part because that was a little bit secondhand. But because I'm running, because at this point I'm running to the front of the train because I do not want to see what is happening at this point in this part of the train. Welcome, Marita! You probably came in on Tob's stream. But yes, so I get to the front of the train and I get to the conductor's door and I immediately just on the door, like, hello, sir, there are things happening, sir. And the next stop isn't for like another 5 minutes, so the train conductor can't do anything. So he says out of the door, oh, thank you so much for the follow. He says out the door, he says, "Chotto matte kudasai! Tomaru made matte kudasai!" He says, please wait, we'll stop soon. Please wait until the next stop. And so I'm just standing there like, okay, I've got time. And my Japanese is not very good at this point. So I'm like, oh God, how do I explain what's happening? So I'm like going through my dictionary, like my hands are shaking. I'm just like, what's the word for vomit? What's the word for piss? What's the verb for to piss on another person? How do I? So I'm preparing my words like haku, oshiko, otoko ni oshiko. So I had to look all these words up, right? And So eventually we get to the stop, and the train conductor comes out. The train conductor comes out. And he says, "Thank you for the follow." Tekini, that was a good one. So train conductor comes out. This is the end of the story. This is the end of the story. But he comes out and he says, どうしたんですか? どうしましたか? Sorry, you probably didn't say どうしたんですか? どうしましたか? どうなさいましたか? And I say to him, I say, haku, haku, ha. And I say, betsu no otoko ni, oshiko. So I basically just say, vomit, vomit, man, vomit. Man, pee on other man. Man, pee, other man. And the guy looks at me and he just starts laughing. The train conductor looks at me and he just starts laughing. And he can't stop laughing. And he just, after he gets it out, he's like, okay. He's like, はい、わかりました。次の駅で、まあ、連絡します。He's like, oh, we'll take care of it. We'll contact them. We'll contact the next station where the cleaning crews are. And I'm like, arigato. And he's like, welcome to Real Japan. Welcome to Real Japan. So we were introduced for the first time. Real Japan. Welcome to Real Japan. And so I depart the train with my bag full of suicided plushies. My head is still spinning from the hot, in many different ways, hot bath. And we watch as the train departs the station, looking through the windows as it passes by. I see not the man that was pissed on, but I do see the man who got sick on the train, laying there, face down, in a puddle of his own urine. And that was the day that I went to my first onsen and saw Real Japan. Thank you. Yeah, anyway, that's my story of Real Japan. And if you wonder why I never tell this story, it's because it takes an hour to tell. Yes, it did all happen in one day. All of that is true. And there is not a single moment of that is fabricated. Sometimes I wish that it was, but that is absolutely the most wildest thing that has ever happened to me in Japan. And I'm glad I got to share with you my story. Amazing. I need to be clean after that. Yeah, everybody hop in the tub. Everybody get in the tub. We're disgusting. Hold on, I'm gonna change really quick. There. My stream deck isn't working, so I've been a little bit unable to emote the way that I want to. I think that the OBS plugin, or the plugin for VTuber Studio, went a little haywire when I tried to install a program earlier. But yes. But yes, that was the story of Real Japan. I hope you enjoyed it. That's a Shibuya meltdown if I've ever heard one. To reach mood. That is a great assessment of my story. Thank you. You bathed in a hot warm liquid and your friends bathed in another warm liquid, and one last guy got unwillingly bathed in another warm liquid. Yep. That's also another really good summary, TDIP. That is such an insane day, isn't it? Isn't it? What a horrible, cursed, and strange way to experience an onsen. I mean, to be honest, it was one of my better the end of my story. Let me put an epilogue or an epilogue. Yeah, an epilogue. No, no. Yeah, epilogue. Yeah. Let me put an epilogue to this story.
It's too cute. Why is it so cute?
Let me put an epilogue to this story. I have since been to probably 50 or more onsen since then. I love onsen. I adore onsen. I will literally fight tooth and nail to go to onsen. When I found out that your human planet was infected with the germ, my first thought was, oh, but how will I go to onsen? I love them. I really, really do like onsen. Despite how wild my first experience of onsens were, I still will say without a doubt that if you come to Japan, it's definitely worth the experience. Please, please, please come to Japan and experience onsen. Because I think that onsen have a couple of really, really good things about them. First, obviously they're super relaxing. You get to like just kind of be in like hot water, and like as a human who evolved from a germ from lava, that's where you want to be, right? But tie up your hair and do not bring in towel. Yeah. Don't be like P. Don't be like P. Mask P! You just missed the story! Be Mask P. Why am I being plunked? What have I done to deserve this abuse? Yes. So, the one thing really nice is that they're nice and hot and comforting and warm, and they're great. It's like how can I put this in the nicest way possible? It's like returning to whence you came from, mama. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that word, but you can return from whence you came from, mama. You guys are obsessed with belly buttons, so I assume that that's something you guys are into. But it's very lovely. It's very nice. Back to the primordial soup. Mask, let's me just say, watching the VOD will be worth your time. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of like stalling. I hope I was able to tell the story without too much stalling. On my part, I tried to get through it as fast as I could, but some of the memory is a little bit foggy, and I haven't told the story in a bit. But yeah, so onsen, good. Second reason why onsens are very good, and why I highly advocate going to an onsen. All right, everyone in the chat, be honest with me. How many of your friends have you seen naked? How many of your relatives have you seen naked? How many people have you seen naked? And I don't mean in certain adult films of the sort. None. Too many, more than I should. Oh goodness. Well, okay. I think that for a lot of people, especially for Americans in particular, you and maybe Canadians. I actually don't know about Canadians. But you probably have not seen a lot of nudity in your life. And I think that myself, growing up, my only access to a naked body was what I saw on the internet. I've told this story before on stream, but I saw, bodies online that were scantily dressed or photoshopped or, in films, but I never saw like what a real naked person looked like until I went to an onsen. And like, humans are so like, there's so much variety in body types, and there's so many beautiful flaws about the human body that you can only experience by stepping away from like that sphere of perfection that everybody wants, like it was my first time like really feeling like, even though I was naked, it was like my first time really feeling like comfortable in my own skin, because I was like, well, but everybody kind of looks this way. Everybody looks a little bit like weird with no clothes on, So I definitely think that onsens are a great way to spend time, and they're very like, they offer a lot of very good Japanese experiences. So if you come to Japan and you don't have tattoos and you have the opportunity, like, throw away your pride and your shame and your hazukashis and just do it. You're not gonna regret it. But I haven't had water in like a bit, so I'm gonna have a sip of water. But yes, I digress. That was that. I've washed that story off of me now. Oh, and I have a redeem from Toast, but Toast isn't here, so I'm gonna refund their points. But shout out to Capybaras for being bomb. I want to go to Onsen, but I have issues. Well, hey, let me. You know what, Charpy? Thank you so much for bringing that up. Let me reach out to everybody in the chat and let you know some cool stuff. Then to reach Moo, thank you so much for the follow. Yo. Hello, LGBTQ, AI plus, and everybody else. Literally everybody else in this chat room. If you are feeling like you cannot go to an onsen in Japan because you're embarrassed in front of a whole bunch of people, you'd love to have the experience of going to an onsen, but you just can't, for whatever reasons, you just cannot take off your clothes in front of other people, or you think that you might be put in a dangerous situation by disrobing in a public space, you can still go to onsen. There is still the ability to go to onsen, even if you have tattoos as well. You can accomplish this by going to private onsens. So in Japan, there's lots of inns, specifically ryokans usually, but there's lots of onsen inns where you can book the onsen to yourself for a certain amount of time. So a lot of times families or couples will do this so that they can have mixed bathing, so that like there's no problem with like because they are very strict about separating like men and women in the traditional onsen, and that definition is very much assigned to sexual like organs. Like it's very much determined by that and not by any other measure. And so if you go to a private onsen, you can do whatever you want. It sounds expensive, but it is not. It can be expensive, obviously, but if you're gonna stay at a ryokan anyway, if you're visiting Japan, you might be spending $80 on an onsen or on a ryokan anyway, and a lot of them will come bundled with a private onsen. So it is very possible and not necessarily expensive to go to an onsen privately in Japan. It was something I did not know about until I had lived in Japan for a long time, like at least 5 or 6 years. But it is very easy to do if you just do your research. But that means that you will not be barred from the onsen experience regardless. You just gotta look into it. But I've been to several private onsen. They're very nice. They're quite nice. Because you get the space to yourself, so you can do all the stupid stuff that like you're normally not allowed to do, like splash or swim. You can break all the rules. Oh god, I should tell you guys about this one onsen I went to. It was really cool, but it gave off very serial killer vibes. Yeah, hold on. I saw a big, sexy, round hot spring episode in my recommendation, so I came along. Hello! I'm your big, sexy, round slime. Welcome, Jen Kitsune. Yahoo. Yeah. You know what? Look, you guys, I prepared arms for this stream, and I haven't used them, like, hardly at all. I should change back into my VTuber model. Let's run a poll. I'm gonna run a poll. The poll is slime or 2D waifu. Slim, lim, lim, lim. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Okay, there you go. You guys can vote. Starting a poll. There you go. But yeah, nudity. Yeah. You've been a slime for a while. I was gonna say, yeah, I changed in the middle of the story, and then I never changed back because the buttons right now are not working. There's something with the API in VTuber Studio that when I tried to install something today, I think got messed up, so I've got to reinstall them, but I didn't notice until stream started, so I'll take care of that after stream, but it's all good. I redeemed this slime time a while ago as a joke when Pia was talking about being exposed, but it's grown into something more. Hi! I feel really weird using the wine mom voice with this slime form though. I feel like I should really be talking like I shouldn't be like, hi guys, welcome to Mommy Pia's Onsen. Wow. 違うでしょそれは。You look so cool. Can I eat you? You look so yummy. Yeah. ダメだよダメ。I'm not on the menu. But you can take a lick. It's pickled flavored though. That voice was pretty hot. Yeah. ダメだよ。I go in there and snatch your pickles. Isa, no! They're just at the boiling point. They're just starting to look really nice and tasty. Don't eat my pickles. You can just have a little munchy. I got 50-50. Okay, I'm gonna switch back just because I didn't work this hard for no reason. So sorry, I'm gonna break your immersion for a second. Hold on. ちょっと待って。Doot doot doot doot. Doot 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 doot. Doot doot doot. But has anybody else been to an onsen before? Like, how many people in the chat have actually experienced an onsen? Or is it not such a common thing? I mean, I guess it's not common, but I mean, a lot of people have been to Japan, so I kind of assumed that like a lot of people would have been to an onsen, but maybe not. Alright, I'm gonna pull myself out of the water. I'm up! Immersion broken, I can't believe slimes aren't real. Chico! Slimes are very much real. Very, very much real. My immersion! My immersion! I realize that when I say my immersion like that, it sounds like I said my virgin. Oops. Oh, a shipwide PA! Attention! Attention! This is a shipwide announcement. If you must come and bathe with Pia in the onsen, please do not tie up her hair and or grab the booba. These type of actions shall earn you a position on the menu. Thanks! Couldn't have said it better myself, Brushy. Have you farted in an onsen? Definitely. I don't know what it is about hot water, but hot water makes your farts like 10 times deadlier. I don't know why that is, but it just do be like that. Jer Barrington, welcome, Hobby Combi. I kind of feel bad though. I feel like most people nowadays don't have baths. Like I feel like a lot of people don't have like baths in their house anymore, so you'll never know how stinky your own farts are. There's just something about like hot water that accelerates like the stink of the fart. I don't know what it is, but like it's true though. You need to sell this bathwater. Hey guys, this bathwater's on sale. Hold on, wait.
Hear ye. VTuber bathwater, only 69 pounds. Now available at Walmart.
An enclosed fart bathwater. That takes fartist to a whole new level. An enclosed hot shower and a fart will destroy anyone. When we were in an apartment with a bathtub, it was too small for me to completely sink in. No! SB, no! That's really sad. That's a bummer. Come to Japan! Come to one of the big baths. You can do whatever you like. You can experience the bath. It's so nice. Oh, Jer Barrington, are you gonna drink the pickle coffee? Enjoy your pickle coffee. But yeah, let me tell you about the serial killer. The serial killer onsen. So there's an onsen. Okay, it's not actually a serial killer onsen, but I need to bring up a picture of it, and I'm not sure where I can find a picture of it. Well, unfortunately, I have to go. Bicycle B! Have an awesome time. Oh my god, Bash 13, thank you so much for the bits. And show kiss, faux show. Become B, welcome. Yeah, so there's an onsen. Wait, I feel kind of weird with you patting me when I don't have any clothes on. ちょっと恥ずかしいんだけど. Thank you for the pets. Thank you. Oh, and thank you for the slime drape. Serial killer hot spring. Okay, so it's not really a serial killer hot spring, but let me explain what it is. So I went to a private onsen in Ginsan Onsen. So let me look up a picture of Ginsan Onsen. gorgeous. So Ginzan Onsen is an onsen in, oh gosh, what prefecture is it? Yamagata? So Ginzan Onsen is in Yamagata Prefecture. Which is north of Fukushima, but like like don't give it a bad rap because of that. But you might have seen a picture of Ginzan Onsen before, because it looks like this. Let me put it on my screen. Actually, I was gonna just put the image in the chat, but I think I won't do that. I think I'll actually show you because it's very beautiful, and I'd love if you could see it. Okay, here we go. Wow. All right, so this is Ginzan Onsen. And it's so beautiful, but so am I. Why is it covering my face? Yada. Okay, this is Ginzan Onsen. Yeah. Ginzan Onsen is like a famous onsen town in Yamagata Prefecture. It's very hard to get to, and there's not a lot there besides onsen. But all of these inns you see, all of them have onsen, and I think all of them have private onsen options for the most part. But the one that I stayed at is one of the oldest onsen in Japan. It's one of the oldest onsen, I think. It's definitely the oldest one in that area, but it's one of the oldest onsen in Japan. Isn't that where Callie and Kiara went? Yes, I believe so. I don't know if they stayed at the same place that I stayed at, though, because I don't remember how that stream went so much. I remember the part where Callie talked in her sleep, but I don't remember a lot about the onsen. But the onsen I ended up staying at was like super duper nice. But it was pretty ancient. So what had happened is they had redone the onsen interior. It was redone by like a famous designer, and so it was like really, really pretty on the inside. But the owners of the hotel were very, very much of the opinion that they didn't want the original onsen, the most original onsen, to be torn out, because if they did that, then they didn't have the oldest onsen, because it couldn't technically be the oldest onsen anymore. So they left the original onsen in there. Did you not wear underwear too? No, absolutely not. In onsen, you have to be completely naked. They don't even let you bring in towels most of the time because they don't want any of the soap in the water. So I was a slime in the buff, and I went to go try out all their baths, and they had like lots of really cool baths. Let me see if I can bring up any of their baths. What was the name of that one? Let's see. Ginzan Onsen, Kengokuma. Okay. So here, the guy who designed the inside of the hotel is like a famous architect, I guess. How do I load this? There we go. He's a famous architect. I don't know how to download this picture, so I'm just gonna screen save it. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let me put it in. Oh wait, that's too much time. But yeah, so the designer made all these really cool baths, but they left the one in the basement unchanged. They just left it how it was, which meant that it was in the basement, because I guess at the time, to make an onsen, you had to kind of like dig down, and I guess where their plot of land was, the only way you could get into the spring water was to have the onsen be in the basement. Yeah, wasn't it so pretty? Look at this design. It's so cool, right? But so they had this basement onsen with no windows and like no like real lighting. And so it was just this like dark underground torture chamber looking onsen that I was like, somebody totally has been murdered in this onsen before. And I'm trying to see if I can find a photo of it. Yeah, it was kind of like this. This isn't exactly it, but it was kind of like this. So this is just gonna have to do. But like it was pretty much like this. I was like, yeah. So I definitely took that opportunity to immediately throw myself in the onsen on my belly with my butt in the air like a corpse, and I just pretended to be a corpse for a while. Because I went with a friend and upstairs, so it was like an onsen that was in two parts. So there was like a stairway. I really wish I could find a picture of this. There was like a stairway that led into this basement onsen. So the friend I was with was like up top I don't know, doing their hair or something. I don't know what they were doing, but I was like, come down, it's really cool. And they were like, oh no, I'm busy doing my hair. And I was like, come down, it's really cool. And they were like, no, I'm busy. Why is it so cool? It's just another onsen. I was like, no, come down, it's really cool. And so they weren't coming down. So finally, I started going, no, stop, don't. And I threw myself in the water as loudly as I could. But not before I wrote help on the wall with like steam. And they like came down and I was just like laying on my belly, like butt up, like floating like a corpse. They did not find it that amusing, but I thought it was pretty funny. These are the kind of things that you can expect hanging out with me, though. I'm yeah. That's me though. Yeah, I really wish I could find this basement. I really wish I could find this basement onsen. It's really neat, but it's really like the pictures. So like you're not supposed to take photos inside of onsens. So the pictures are really hard to like come by. But yeah, Ginsan Onsen is really cool. If you ever have the chance to check it out, you should. But it's kind of hard to get to. You have to take a taxi or sometimes the hotels have buses and they'll take you out there. But it's also pretty treacherous because of the snow. There's a lot of snow out there. But definitely worth it if you're ever in Japan and you want to go to some cool onsens. Just mooning your buddy as a corpse. Hey, I was just trying to show her the universe. Starting with the moon. Would slap you for that, to be honest. Yeah, she missed a perfectly good opportunity to play my butt like a bongo. That's what I would have done. I would have come up and I would have been like, but I'm like a butt slapper, so is that too revealing? Should I have not told you guys about the fact that I find butt bongos to be infinitely entertaining? Jen, thank you so much for the follow, and also Muffin the Bunny. I didn't hear the alert go off. Thank you so much. Welcome. Pia the butt slapper. With consent, obviously, with consent. It's sensual butt bongos. But I wanted to tell you about. Oh, SP, welcome back. If you show me your bare butt, I'm gonna beat it like a bongo. That's just the rules of butts. You're already awesome to hang out with online. I'm positive you'd be great IRL. Aw, thanks. You mean starting with Uranus? I had to give that three rim shots because that was a good one. Also, since we're talking about butts, I feel weird saying rim shot, but I'm. Anyway, moving on. Lord Sparklebottom, thank you so much for the follow. What an interesting time for you to follow. Thank you. OG, you heard a very you came a little bit too late for a very fun story, but I'd love to tell you someday the story or watch the VOD. You won't regret it. I beat Charpy to it. Oh no, what kind of an unsay-so have I become? It's DGen hours, it's fine. Pia literally pointing out what I was thinking. Grandpa's judging you. No! Oji, no! Pia, this butt was made for bonging. Okay. This butt was made for bonging, and that's what I'll do. Come here, I'll take that butt. I'm gonna bongo all over you. Boom, 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 boom. That's me and your butt. We're hanging out. But yeah. Yes, so there's one other onsen I wanted to tell you guys about in case you ever come to Japan and you want to go to onsens. Oh, speaking of that, the first one that I was talking about, the onsen I was talking about, Casey! I'm gonna bongo your booty. Give me that booty, I'm in a musical mood. Why did everybody come in just as I'm about to bongo butts? What's happening? You guys missed my story of grandma molestation, Plushie suicide, and train golden shower. But you come for the bongo booty? My goodness. What degens you are. But yeah, I digress. There's the first place I was talking about, in case you ever do come to Japan or Japan opens up and you want to come, this is a really accessible way to go to a onsen for the first time. Spa World Osaka. The area of town that it's in is a little bit sketchy, but if you come during the day or you keep your wits about you, it's not really a big deal. Japan is still a very safe country, but if you come at night, you do need to be careful. But it's an awesome place. It's a really awesome place to experience onsen. Oh no, I forgot about the wall I put over there. Here, you can be on my head. Oh no, my arms have dislocated themselves. Yeah. So, the last place I want to mention on our tour of onsens. Question, why do we have to be careful at night? All right, so the area around Spa World is an area called Dobutsen Mae Tennoji. And that area is pretty, like... For example, if I mentioned to my Japanese friends that I was going to go there, they would all be like, oh God, be careful. Because it's kind of, it's probably as close to a slum as you're gonna get in Japan. Japan isn't really like a slum, doesn't have like slums particularly, but I would say that it's as close to a slum as I would call it. Soaplands and such, it's not even so much that it's a red light district, it's just a place where a lot of laborers live, and it's just kind of run down. It's been kind of abandoned. There's lots of crime activity in the area. So yeah, just be careful if you come here at night. But if you come during the day, there's absolutely no issue with the Spa Land area. In fact, there's lots of really cool touristy things to do around there. They've got like this radio tower area and like lots of other cool stuff. So yeah, check it out. But the last onsen I wanted to talk about is a really, really cool onsen that will give you a view of Mount Fuji. So it's very difficult to, oops, I was trying to go Google Maps. There we go, Google Maps. I need the name of the place. I forgot the name. It was like a green heart onsen or something. Chotsumate. Bum 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 bum. Bum ba da ba dum bum. Has anybody ever been to Mount Fuji or climbed Mount Fuji? Believe it or not, this slime has climbed Mount Fuji before. Bum, 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 bum. I climbed it once. It was really fun, actually. I enjoyed my time climbing Mount Fuji. My friends, maybe not as much. Who did that? Who farted? Who farted? Come clean. Come clean or I'm gonna bongo that booty. Maybe I'll just bongo that booty anyway, just for the fun of it. Yeah, everybody's trying to climb me. It was me! Casey. You're a detective. You could have totally thrown me off the scent, but you didn't. I'm so proud of you. For coming clean. But wait a minute, he who smelt it dealt it. Wait, does that mean that you're not? I'm confused. Which is it? Which is it though? All right, here's the place. Sorry, it's on hotels.com. I couldn't find a good way to link it otherwise, so I'm just gonna send you the hotels.com link to it. But you can see the view on the hotels.com first page. I wonder if I can save the image. Oh, I can. Cool. Oh wait, I can't. All right. I can at least screen snip the image. Yeah, screen snip it. Yeah, illegal. I'm taking your NFTs. Meow, 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 meow. All right. So the view from this hotel. Also, this hotel is run by an old lady, which I always think is really cool when like old ladies run stuff. Old ladies know how to run and operate things. Okay, so this place. Hotel Green Plaza Hakone, you get this amazing view of Mount Fuji. And you know what's even cooler? You get free sake. You get free sake when you visit. Like inside of the onsen, there's free sake. Old ladies know what up. Yo, they do. Maybe that's why she was maybe that's why my boobs got fondled. She was like, yo, these are some nice booba. Booba. Bing bom bim bam booba. But yeah, there's free sake inside. However, wait, I'm sorry. I must tell you another onsen story. So when I went to this onsen, your NFT is now my NFP. So here's another onsen story for you. I went to this onsen because of the amazing view that it had. I actually went with the same friend. We just really like onsens, I guess. But we went to this onsen and I was like, man, the view is amazing. I have to take a picture. But it wasn't a private onsen, right? Yo, Dixie! You missed an amazing story about an old lady grabbing my booba and a lot of other things. But don't worry, I've got another story for you. So when I went to this onsen, it was not private. This is a public onsen. And I know that I linked you to like hotels.com and the price is like $200, but you can use the onsen for $10. So I went to use the onsen. I paid the $10 and I went in, and the view is so nice. The boob, the view, not the boob. I'm sorry. The view is super duper nice. You can see Mount Fuji super clearly. And I was like, oh man, I really want to take a picture, but it's a public onsen, so I can't really just like take out my phone. Like I can't just take out my phone. That would be like super awkward. But there was nobody really there, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna risk it. So I ran back and I grabbed my phone because there was nobody there, and I took a photo. And as I took my second photo, I heard the door behind me open. So I scrambled to like put away the phone, and I had nowhere to really hide it. So I just kind of like casually like had it behind my head, like doot, 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 doot. And I'm like, all right, I need to like leave with this phone. I can't let this lady see I have this phone here, and I don't want to put the phone underwater because I don't think it was waterproof. And I was like, oh no, what do I do with my phone? How do I hide my phone from this woman? And she comes in, she's like, ala. She was not that old, but she was older, and she was like, "Ala, totemo itengi desu ne." She's like, "Wow, the weather's so nice today." She's like, "Steki no nagame desu ne." She's like, "Wow, isn't the view great?" She's like, "Hajimete desu ka?" Is it your first time coming to this onsen? And I said, "So desu ne, hajimete desu." I'm like, "Yeah, it's my first time. Mechakucha kiren desu yo." I was like, "Wow, it's so beautiful." And she's like, "So da yo na." Nomanai? And she says, "Will you drink?" And I said, "Eh? Drink what? Drink the bathwater? Okay, well, sip, bitch." And she's like, no, get your head out. No, get your head out of there. She says, no. She says, "Oh, this. Nomanai?" And so I've got like my one free hand holding my like phone up my butt crack, like, don't notice the phone. And she just hands me this little cup of sake, and she's like, "Oh, you can drink in this onsen." And I'm like, what? She's like, "Yeah, there's free sake. You can just get totally blitzed in this onsen." And I was like, what? So she hands me the sake, and we kanpai, and she's just like, she's like, "You know what though? My husband hates this onsen." And I said, "Why?" And she said, "Well, you see, you used to be able to get sake on both sides of this onsen." And I was like, "What do you mean by both sides?" She said, "Well, right now we're in the women's onsen, right?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "You can get free sake here. But the men's onsen, you don't get diddle. You don't get anything. You don't get anything from the men's side of the onsen." And I was like, "Nande? So nan desu ka? Nande? Why? Why don't the men get any onsen?" She's like, too many drunken onsen fights. She was like, on the dude's side, they all just get really wild and start whipping their stuff around, and the onsen owner had enough of that, so she took the sake away from the other side. She's like, nope, no more sake on this side. Onsen sword fights were becoming a too common occurrence at this onsen, so they took it away. So, yeah, no sake on the other side. Sorry, boys, if you go to this onsen, you're out of luck. Yeah. I'd be fighting some swords too. Can't blame him. I mean, I feel like once you have enough alcohol, it always leads to some funny shenanigans. So what if I promise not to sword fight? I mean, I feel like you could slip in your own. I mean, she's not gonna know, but the free sake is only on the ladies' side. Sorry, gents on the gent side. Probably not the right emote for this, but here we are. Thanks for the pat. Mod pat. I want a sword fight now. Oh, wait. Wait, I remembered another Onsen story. All of my best stories come from the Onsen. All right, this is gonna be the last story I'm gonna tell. This is gonna be the last Onsen story I tell, and then I think we're gonna be done with the Onsen. But this is a pretty good story. This is a pretty good story. I'd forgotten about it until just now. All right. Who here? Hey, hold on, wait. Filthy weebs. Filthy weebs. And ice skating enthusiasts. If you've seen Yuri on Ice, please raise your hand. This story's for you. Alright. So. Or you're just an ice skating enthusiast. So, I went to... Oh, wait. Alright, so the main character, Yuri, right? His mom runs that onsen, right? He's from like an onsen. He's from like that, like in the first episode. If you saw the show, you probably saw the first episode. His mom runs that onsen. Nah. So I actually took a trip with a couple of friends out to that onsen. It exists. It's a real onsen. You can go there. You can go there. You can eat the katsudon, the piggy katsudon. You can sit in the onsen. It's a real place. You can go there. Yeah. Hold on, let me find the name of this place too. I keep closing everything. I don't know why I keep closing them when I should just keep them open. It's in Saga Prefecture. Yes, Zombieland Saga. It's the same Saga, that same prefecture. All the cool things happen in Saga. But the place was called Katsura. Karatsu. So in Karatsu, they actually have the onsen there, and you can go there. They also have the a shrine that has lots of cool stuff. But here, let me link the. Please tell me that it didn't close. Oh no, it's still there. I think, unless it closed. Wait, no. I think it didn't close. I think I'm just looking at the wrong. I'm giving myself a heart attack. Wait, where is the onsen? Okay, it's Kagamiyama Onsen Chaya Bijin Hot Spring, which Bijin by the way means beautiful lady. So beautiful lady hot spring is the place. I will link you to their website. When you look at it, you might recognize it because that is they use the same layout and everything for it, so it looks very much like exactly how it looks in the anime. And on the inside, it looks exactly how it looks in the anime too. But yes, so I went to this town. I went to like the shopping center, and we did all the funny things. I had a Uri-Oh plushie with me because I'm that kind of weeb. So I went with my Uri-Oh plushie and I took photos of it in iconic locations, like at the castle, and I put it. Anyway. So I took my Uri-Oh plushie and I went to the onsen because, of course. And when I got there, we went into the onsen area, and there's only one tub. There's only just the one tub. Previously, before I went to the onsen, we'd been around the town, and a lot of the locals had stopped us to be like, もしかしてユリオンアイスのファンですか? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, buddy. Like, the locals were super friendly, and they were like super happy to see all these like tourists there for Yuri on Ice. Like, they weren't upset about it. They were actually like pretty cheesed about it. They were like, Yuri on Ice desu ne. You know, so it was like everybody was really kind and welcoming. And so when we got to the onsen, we like hopped in the tub. So everybody in the town pretty much knew about Yuri on Ice because it was a very small town and nothing really happened there. And now suddenly all these anime dweebs were showing up, and they were just like, oh. So we hop in the tub. It's me and two other friends. We're all from different places too. I'm from Popipo. There was somebody from Australia, someone from America, and so we're sitting in there. We're enjoying our soak, and a little old lady comes. It's always a little old lady. It's always a little old lady. So a little old lady comes in, and if you looked at a I will, because I love Pia. Oh no. So if you look at a map, if you look at a map, you don't have to pull up a map of this place, but if you look at a map, where it is on the map, it's actually pretty close to Nagasaki, which historically did not have an amazing time during World War II, and yeah. Oh, Zach! You came just in time for another Onsen story. Welcome. So, it's pretty close to Nagasaki. And so the whole time we were very like, okay, we want to be really cautious. Like, I don't know what the sentiment here is. Like, in Hiroshima, it's like, all right, but I don't know how it's going to be in Nagasaki. So we were trying to like keep on our toes and just be very respectful and everything. So, anywho, I promise that has something to do with the story. So this little old lady, she climbs into the bath and she's making really, really intense eye contact. We're sitting there like, and she's sitting there like, excuse me, where are you from? and I've had an experience with an old lady in a bath before, so I'm unfazed. But my two friends are like, how do we make her go away? How do we make her go away? And I'm just sitting there like, well, as long as she doesn't grab my medium booba, no nipple, I don't really care. So I tell her, oh, I'm from Popipo, and this one's from Australia, and that one's from America. And she goes, oh, America nano? She's like, oh, you're from America, that's amazing. And she's like, もしかしてユリオナイスのために来たわけは? And I was like, oh yeah, we came for the Yuri on Ice. She was like, やっぱりなるほどね. Like, she was like, yeah, of course you did. She's like, ano Yuri. She just kept calling it ano Yuri, which is like, it's kind of like, how would you translate that in English? Like, it was kind of like she had a vague understanding that Yuri on Ice was a thing, but not really understanding like what exactly it was. So she just kept calling it, that Yuri. She kept being like, ano Yuri. And so she was like, ano Yuri ってさ、作ってからどんどん客さんが来てくるわね. She's like, since they made that Yuri on Ice, just the number of like tourists have just been coming to visit. And I was like, oh yeah, we love Yuri on Ice too. And she's like, She's like, でもな、よかった作ってくれて. She's like, I'm glad they made Yuri on Ice. And I say, もしかしてfan ですか? Are you a fan of Yuri on Ice? She says, いや、それはないよ. She's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not a fucking weeb. No, I'm an old lady. So she's like, いや、そんなない. ただ、この温泉の米はな、今まであのユリまでは下手くそだった。まずかった. She was like, until that Yuri came to this town, the rice at this shrine was nasty rice. Bad food, nasty rice. So she's like, でもな、ユリが来てからさ、急にさ、ご飯がうまくなったよ。よかった、今来てくれて. She's like, it's so good that you came here now, because now the food is good. The food tastes so good. Now they got the good rice. They got the good rice here now. And I was like, oh, いいっすね. So I'm thinking, I think you bathed with a kami. Oh wait, there's more to this story. So I'm thinking, all right, well, that was a nice chat with this lady. We should probably leave. My friends look super uncomfortable because they're not used to talking to old ladies in bathtubs. I, a seasoned expert at talking to old ladies in bathtubs, was like, it's no big deal. But my friends are pretty uncomfortable, so we should probably move on. And she says, she notices that I start to move, and her eye contact again. 実はね、私、アメリカ、大好きやねん. She's like, sorry, I love America. It's like, Oh, you love America? That's awesome. Hello. Hello, Happy Comfy. And Kado Master, thank you so much for the follow. She says, I love America. And we're just sitting there like, oh, okay. She's like, can I tell you a story? And we're like, I guess, sure. Hawoga! So she says, it must be, she's like, it's so nice that you can travel around Japan. Did you learn Japanese in university? And I'm like, yeah, I learned it in university. She's like, that's so nice. I didn't get to go to school for very long. And I said, oh, why is that? And she said, well, actually, I only got to go to school until the 4th grade. And I was like, oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. She's like, that's okay. That's why I'm really dumb. And I was like, oh no. So I'm like, how does this relate to her liking America though? And then she said, you see, I'm very jealous of my grandchildren because they get to go to school and they get to learn English. So I really want them to learn English because I really want them to go to America. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like, that's really nice. So do you like watching American shows or something? Like, where is this going? And she's like, well, you see, when I was in school, we didn't get to learn anything. And I said, oh. She said, well, we did get to learn some stuff. And she's kind of rambling, and I'm like, okay, what did you learn? What did you learn, old lady? She says, well, I learned how to make a knife out of bamboo. I said, oh, that's nice. She's like, yeah. They used to teach us how to cut down bamboo and turn it into knives. I was like, oh. She said, so that we could use them. I was like, for practicing stabbing the American straw dolls that we made. I see. And she says, oh, well, I didn't really want to do that, but at the time, they told us that all Americans were scary and that we had to stab them with the bamboo knives. I was like, oh, God. And keep in mind, right? This conversation is happening as I am sitting naked, defenseless, in a very small tub. So if you have been to the website that I linked, which I don't think you probably have. Let me see if I can bring up a picture. Let me show you how small the tub is. There's only one. It's exactly how it looked in Yuri on Ice. So here's the tub. Even I forgot how small it was. It's really small. It's really small. Here's the tub. We're in a tub. We're in a tub only about this big. With this lady who was just talking about making knives out of bamboo. There's 4 of us in this tub now, right? So we're all just like, oh yeah, we're all sweating. We're all just like, oh my God. Is it hot in this onsen, or is it me not wanting to die? Yes, the perfect stabbing distance. Yeah, so we were very close, like arm touching arm sort of close with this lady. And she was like, yeah, I was really good at stabbing, but I wasn't really good at reading. I'm not good at reading, but I was really good at stabbing. But I digress. I would never, because I love America. And so I'm sitting there just like, oh, that's so nice. And my friends are still just like under the water, like, help, someone send help. And so she continues her story though. And she says, well, you know, so at the time, I obviously wasn't, it wasn't exactly a place to be excited about enjoying Americans. But after the war ended, she said that she expected all of the war criminals, or rather all of the generals and all of the military on the Japanese side, she expected them all to be forced to do seppuku or to be executed, I guess. And so she said to us, she said, but it was really, she was like, but it was really, really like inspiring because like instead of doing that, you gave them trials. She's like, I didn't know that was an option, that like you could do that. So I was really, really moved by the fact that like you would treat our soldiers so nicely even though we'd done so many things. And I was like, oh, this story's getting so, I was like, and I'm just like thinking of all the other things. I'm like, oh, but America did so many bad things. I don't really, this conversation is really rough. And she was like, and that's why one day I hope that my grandkids will go to America. But I didn't stab anybody. I was like, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for not I was like, oh, it's a go. And just as quick as she dropped that bomb on us, she was like, well, gotta go. And she's like, enjoy your Yuri on Ice food, you dumb weebs, and then left. But yeah, I tend to find that the best stories happen when you're absolutely butt naked in the middle of nowhere with an old lady. So never deny your chance to be butt naked in the middle of nowhere with an old lady in a bathtub. Anyway, that's pretty much my whole stream. My whole stream was never deny your chance of being butt naked in a bathtub with an old lady. Wouldn't it be crazy if she got up and revealed she had a bamboo suit all the time? I got like Inigo Montoya. Yeah, so. And hey, you know what? The rice was good. She was right. The rice was really good. But yeah, I think I'm all out of Onsen stories. I don't think I have any more cool Onsen stories to tell you. So I think we're gonna raid. And we're gonna wrap it up. But I'm really happy that I got to tell you so many funny stories tonight. I hope you guys had a really good time as well. But yeah, I digress. Yeah. If you missed it, this was a stream that was mostly me talking. So if that's the kind of content you enjoy, this VOD might be worth your time. But if not, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow for VR Job Simulator. I'm gonna see if I can hold down a steady employment. Dawn Seeker, thank you so much for the bits. I super appreciate it. Thank you. I hope you guys all had a really good time with Storytime. And to be honest, I didn't actually know what I was gonna do this stream. I was like, I'm just gonna sit in an onsen. I promised you guys I would do an onsen stream after my birthday, and I never did it, so I'm gonna do it now. And then I was like, I guess we'll just see what happens. And I'm glad that I was able to entertain you for so long. I really was remembering these stories on the fly, and thank you so much as well, Tob, for the raid, and everybody for sticking by and all the follows, and for just vibing with me and having a great time. It was a really good stream. Thanks for telling all the stories. Yo, I'm glad you had a great time. If you don't follow me on Discord, my Discord is linked in the chat. I also have a Twitter. That's where I post things first. If you want to be up to date on weird Pia content, I will try to make your day enjoyable. If not, at least I hope I can make you smile. So we're gonna go ahead and raid a jellyfish VTuber that has 180 rigging and is very cool. So we're gonna rig them. I don't think I've ever raided Moon Jelly before, so let's raid. Wait, raid message. So what's our raid message? Oh, never deny yourself. Wait, never deny yourself an old lady in a bathtub. There you go. That's good enough. Never deny yourself an old lady in a bathtub. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure she is a say-so-ish streamer, I think. So yeah, please don't be rude or not safe for work. So please go in with the utmost respect. I'm gonna make it never deny yourself a bathtub. Never deny yourself a trip to the bathtub. Never deny yourself a trip to the bathtub, but behave yourselves. Behave yourselves. I know you guys will. We're not an unsay-so bunch, but please behave yourselves and don't be too wild. All right, we're gonna do this emote. We always do the cheer. Wait, no, let's do the heart. Let's do hearts. Let's do hearts this time. I feel like the love emotion is the right emotion for bath time. Moanai? Alright, here we go. Raid message. Never deny yourself a trip to the bathtub. Okay. And then if you don't have a sub emote, you can always use Brain Slug. Brain Slug. Lunar! We're just about to raid out! Collect your extra points though. Never deny yourself a trip to the bathtub. Alright, well, I was PiaPi UFO, and I am gonna do my special greeting as we raid ourselves into Moon Jelly's chat. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Double checking that they're not ending stream. No, they're ending stream! No! No! I was just about to raid! No! 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 Oh no! Okay, hold on. I'm gonna change. We're gonna change. We're gonna aim elsewhere. We're gonna go for Irie then. Irie just debuted their new model, so let's go raid Irie. Let's go raid Irie. All right, we'll raid Irie. They're doing ASMR. They are say-so-ish. So be on your kind of best behavior. Okay, let's go. We're gonna raid Irie. Hi. Well, if it's the start of your day, a happy. If you're about to go to bed, oh yeah, sippy. But most of all, stay